standing by Blake and Ryan. No surprises, but it is telling that he would publicly stand by them.
Justin Baldoni, and she may or may not have leaked text messages to Blake Lively to assist her.
Not only did Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively make their first public appearance at Saturday Night Live's 50th anniversary, they made a joke.
Season 3, did it deliver? I know Patrick Schwarzenegger did. And Blake and Ryan making light of the Baldonis.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have spent years curating their image as Hollywood's golden couple, but Justin Baldoni's lawsuit is exposing cracks in that perfect facade. The legal battle between Baldoni, Lively, and Reynolds has only intensified, and with new evidence, leaked messages, and questionable PR tactics, it's becoming clearer than ever that Lively and Reynolds are desperately trying to control the narrative. But as Baldoni's case grows stronger, their carefully built brand is at risk. Instead of facing the allegations head-on, they're deflecting, making jokes, and trying to pretend like nothing is happening. So how long can they keep up this act, and why is Baldoni's case getting even stronger?
Coffee, reading this I picked up, felt like it was calling to me, and getting a little emotional, just because of the amount of gratitude I feel for your guys' kindness. And I was thinking this whole thing.
One of the biggest red flags in this entire scandal is the Hollywood machine jumping in to protect Lively and Reynolds instead of acknowledging the legal claims. A top industry agent is working overtime to paint Baldoni as the villain. This is a classic PR move. When big-name celebrities are in trouble, insiders rally around them to protect their brand. But if Lively and Reynolds were truly innocent, why would they need so much damage control?
Standing by Blake and Ryan. No surprises, but it is telling that he would publicly stand by them. But it also would be very telling if he didn't publicly stand by them. And by that I mean, Ryan Reynolds might be saying, hey, we're going to fire you and we'll go over to CAA or UTA if you don't stick up for us publicly. You have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. So we'll have to see by the tone of what he says in that Freakonomics interview. It'll be fascinating. Stick around. We'll cover that when it drops. In the meantime, I've got a great interview I did with Dr. Amin. She is a trauma therapist who specializes in recovering from trauma, which is probably what all therapists do, right? And we talked extensively about the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni case. You're going to love that conversation. I released it this morning. If you didn't already check it out, I'll post it right here.
Bond isn't playing around anymore. He's officially filed a massive lawsuit against Lively and Reynolds, seeking $400 million in damages. That kind of money isn't thrown around lightly in legal battles, meaning Baldoni must have significant evidence backing up his claims. This isn't just a celebrity feud anymore. It's a full-blown Hollywood legal war.
And they had a meeting at Blake and Ryan's penthouse to discuss it. But now he claims that this felt more like an ambush. Now you guys may be wondering, why does Justin feel like this is an ambush? I mean, I would understand. He's in their environment. They are a powerful couple. But it really takes it up a notch when Taylor Swift is involved, because we all know, for whatever reason, Blake and Taylor Swift are very close friends. Which does make me question, what's going on with Taylor Swift, because nobody likes Blake right now. And I'm not saying I'm on team Justin either. I'm just saying both of these people are very unlikable, and now this movie's just becoming far more expensive than it needed to be, because these crazy $400 million lawsuits, I mean, that is wild. He also sued for $250 million, so he's going after everyone. Justin says Ryan was there from the start, singing praises of Blake's rewrite, and then hours later, Blake's pal Taylor Swift popped in with her 2 cents, also applauding Blake's version of the scene. Essentially, they were preparing for reshoots on the film, and Ryan went off on Justin for the alleged harassment that went on during filming. And it seems like Justin gave in to plenty of Blake's demands. Quote, Blake released Ryan on Justin and Wayfair, he claims. Although he gave in to most of her demands, she continued to threaten to torpedo the movie unless she got to cut her own version of the film. Sony Studios, the film's distributor, told the studio Blake refused to promote the movie unless they allowed her to do her own cuts, so they made it a competition. Justin claims that his version scored significantly higher with key audience demographics, but Blake still wasn't buying it and insisted on Sony to release her version, which it did. And in Hollywood, it is bizarre to see how she was able to take the lead acting.
Adding another layer of chaos to this already messy situation, Baldwin's lawsuit has now brought Taylor Swift into the drama. Swift has been a longtime close friend of Lively and Reynolds, but if her name is being dragged into the case, it could put serious strain on their friendship. Is Swift about to distance herself from Lively and Reynolds, or will she step in to defend them?
Justin Baldoni, and she may or may not have leaked text messages to Blake Lively to assist her in her campaign against Justin, and she may have had some sour grapes, Stephanie Jones, because Jen Abel, who was her right hand, who I think ran her LA office, left, started her own firm, took Justin with her as a client and tried to get other clients to come with her, and all kinds of allegations of contractual violations. And Stephanie Jones against Jen Nathan and Melissa. I think she sued all of them too. Baldoni, she sued them all. And she sued in New York State.
While Baldoni is treating the case seriously, Reynolds seems to be laughing it off. During SNL's 50th anniversary event, Reynolds made jokes about the ongoing controversy, leading many to wonder, is he trying to downplay the situation, or is he genuinely unconcerned? Joking about a $400 million lawsuit isn't exactly the best legal strategy. So, what is Reynolds really trying to do here?
Reynolds and Blake Lively make their first public appearance at Saturday Night Live's 50th anniversary. They made a joke about it all. Andy Signor, I wanted to get this to you immediately because yes, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively showed up to Saturday Night Live's 50th anniversary. There they are. The show is still happening. I wanted to watch, but I'm pausing and record this for you so you can see what actually happened right away. This was the first moment I posted this over on Twitter because I couldn't believe to see them there. And then sure enough, yep, a lot of press outlets, obviously the red carpet appearance. There they were on the red carpet.
Right here for company. Can you look at your right, please? Blake and Ryan to your slight right. Both of you, thank you. Right. Let's get the two side here on the left. So there's your phone. And on your right here for company.
Reynolds addressing the room. I want to watch it one more time and see sort of everyone's reactions. I'm looking. You people look too.
Oh, hey, Ryan Reynolds. Hey, hey.
Share.
Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
And so she didn't really cut away from it pretty quickly.
Yeah. Okay. My question is that you know that the materials that they made the cone heads with.
Yeah. What has now just cut the. It's clever. It's a clever move on his part. He's very likable still for most people. And here it was like, hey, let's go back and pretend like we're not, out there.
While Lively and Reynolds are attempting to sidestep the controversy, Baldwin's legal team is laying out their case in detail. Baldwin's lawyer isn't just going after Lively and Reynolds. He's revealing key information that suggests they have a serious case to answer for. Could this be the moment their public image completely collapses?
And Ryan making light of the Baldoni scandal at SNL. We've got a huge guest today. It's Hot Mics with Billy Bush, presented by our friends at LA Golf. Indeed. All right, we are live on TuneIn and YouTube. So if you've got something to say, hop in that chat on Hot Mics with Billy Bush. We want to hear from you. Vinny, Skinny Vinny, right over there, the Slim Reaper. He's 17 pounds down. He is monitoring the chat, so whatever you got. And we have so much to get to today. It's unbelievable. I'm going to tell you this. Justin Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, will be coming along in just a few minutes, okay? There's so much to get to with him. But what an outstanding weekend of television. Talent agency who repped Blake and Ryan and Justin made their choice. Clearly, they were expected to make a choice. Either Baldoni or Ryan and Blake. And William Morris dropped Baldoni like a hot rock. A couple days ago, William Morris's CEO, Ari Emanuel, made it seem like a moral act of loyalty. Like that exists in Hollywood. He heaped praise on Ryan and Blake as soulfully beautiful people. Flawless, really. He mocked Baldoni in the process. He said, it's an effed up bad situation with what Bologna Baldoni, whatever his name is doing. Now, he said Lively and Reynolds are good people. They've been in the business for decades and have never had any bad press about them, and all the people that work with them like
Lively's legal troubles are now forcing people to look back at her past Hollywood relationships. Her well-documented feud with Anna Kendrick is being revisited, raising the question, has Lively always been difficult to work with? If she has a history of conflicts with co-stars, it might explain why this lawsuit isn't as surprising as it seems.
Is now in this other film with Anna Kendrick, and they're out doing this press tour. And apparently they kind of sort of hate each other. That's according to all the reports, if you believe them in the Daily Mail and elsewhere. Here's some video of Anna Kendrick, however you say it. You know, think Frozen. Remember she played the ingenue in Disney's movie Frozen. Disney just wishes it could come out with Frozen 2, Frozen 3, Frozen 4, because, you know, all it does is sequels now. This is back in the day.
I can't be a Disney princess ever. Oh, Muffin, it's so hard
So, again, this is all coming out, again, in light of the Baldoni scandal. And take a look at what the Daily Mail is putting out. Blake Lively faces fresh drama with co-star actress is set to promote new film with Anna Kendrick amid rumors they hate each other after toe-curling interview and Taylor Swift row. So, you know, I don't know. At some point you start to say, like, is it Blake? I mean, really, is it her? Given all of these challenges, here is Anna and here is Blake, and apparently things didn't go so well on that set.
It's not just co-stars speaking out. Even fans have stories about Lively's off-screen behavior. While she's known for her bubbly, charming persona, reports suggest that her attitude behind closed doors might be completely different. Could this be more evidence that her Hollywood image is all an act? In a strategic move, Lively has now dropped Jed Wallace and street relations from her lawsuit surrounding It Ends With Us. Was this an attempt to shift blame? Or does it suggest that there's even more going on behind the scenes?
11 days after that initial complaint was filed, she then filed the actual lawsuit. So that is now December 31st. Like I said, a lot of people say, hey, maybe she was pressured by fans because people were like, wait, that was just a complaint, Blake. It wasn't an actual lawsuit. Get in your car and go file that lawsuit. Let's not be lazy. This is not the It Ends With a set where the wardrobe just comes to your room, the cast shows up in your room, Justin Baldoni is sitting there across the couch from you ready to smother you with his lips, but you maybe think that he is not acting. So the important thing to know about the lawsuit that got filed on December 31st was that it had dropped off 2 people/entities from it. One was Jed Wallace, and number 2 was Street Relations Inc., which was or is Jed Wallace's PR.
Every day, new allegations and legal updates are surfacing, making this one of the most explosive Hollywood cases in recent memory. With millions of dollars at stake, along with Lively and Reynolds' reputations, this battle is far from over. Will Baldoni finally get the justice he's seeking, or will Lively and Reynolds find a way to turn things around?
This guy has publicly always put himself out there as being a feminist and very against any bad treatment of women. Like, he has really put his hand up as like a flag bearer there.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, so Ryan Reynolds' involvement, he's the husband of Blake Lively.
Yeah.
He has a movie, Deadpool v Wolverine.
Yeah.
You know the character Nice Pool?
Yes,
He's got the man bun.
Yeah, he
and
plays him. It's him playing himself.
And he's overly nice.
A nice version of
but
him.
also, the more you get to know him, he's actually a really nasty person.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So this whole character, Hannah, is a big swipe at Justin Baldoni.
That's what they're arguing, and Justin Baldoni has basically written an open letter to say, preserve the documentation related to this character because I believe it's been based on me, and it's included in the suit, this information. So he has a belief that that's the case, and I think one of the interesting parts about this that my co-host pointed out to me in our podcast yesterday is that that character in the credits of Deadpool is sort of credited as being played by Gordon Reynolds, not even though it's Ryan Reynolds. In It Ends With Us, Blake Lively ensured that there was credit given in the thanks section to a Gordon Reynolds.
If Lively's legal troubles weren't enough, She's now facing another lawsuit, this time from a TikTok content creator. This raises serious questions. If multiple people are accusing Lively of wrongdoing, is she really the victim here? Could her entire career be at risk from the sheer number of allegations surfacing?
Chinese AI, the artificial intelligence that they are now finding out, might be spying on you. I'll have that story for you, plus some updates on the Super Bowl. Kansas City Chiefs owner talks about the Taylor Swift effect. I mean, can you hit the lottery? You know, you got a guy, a tight end, the return on investment. He starts dating the biggest pop star of all time. Not bad. Plus, speaking of pop stars, Chappell Roan smeared in the Hollywood Reporter. And I've got Halsey coming to her defense. Also, speaking of the pop stars, Taylor Swift back in the news with regard to Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. And you're going to want to stick around for this. It looks like a content creator plans to sue Blake Lively, saying Blake Lively's team is getting his content removed. Very interesting stuff. Also, Justin Baldoni, a tearjerker. Somehow you want them in charge of healthcare claims. Now, I also agree that the government should be the sort of system that takes care of healthcare. I think we should all pay into it single payer. I don't think this should be what we need. But for her to use her platform and say, yeah, I made my record label a lot of money, but my first record label didn't believe in me and they strung me along and I didn't get all of the help that I needed. And there's so many artists that don't quite flourish. They don't quite make it off the training wheels, and they're worried about they're not going to get medication because they don't have health insurance. It's just ridiculous.
Lively and Ryan Reynolds are trying their best to pretend like this lawsuit isn't a big deal, but the truth is becoming impossible to ignore. With Justin Baldon's case getting stronger, legal experts weighing in, and Lively's past behavior being re-examined, it's clear that their PR machine is struggling to keep up.
You can create this false narrative that Blake had led with in her lawsuit and in the media. It looks like the California wildfires even got mentioned in the lawsuit. Justin says although Blake filed her legal action against him in late December on the eve of the winter holidays, as he put it, she waited several weeks to serve the papers, eventually doing so on the very day the fire exploded on the Pacific Palisades. He said while everyone was gathering their belongings and watching for evacuation orders, Blake, from the safety of her penthouse in New York, deployed process servers in the midst of these troubling times. So not only did he go and get served right then and there, because he actually hadn't been technically served yet.
Instead of addressing the serious claims against them, Lively and Reynolds are making jokes, dodging questions, and continuing to act like Hollywood's power couple. But with a $400 million lawsuit hanging over their heads, how long can they keep pretending before everything falls apart?